Hi there, this is Joanna, Joanna Choluj, and I want to do a short live. And this is an experiment because I'm doing the live in it's quasi the night. So let's see how much light we've got and if it's working. All right, the topic today is shamanism. I want to talk about some definitions and about some, how to say, philosophy or religions, but it will be short. What's the difference between shamanism, paganism, Wiccanism, rodnowielje? I've seen that you use that term and it comes from Russian, and the philosophy of nature and Christianism. All right. Przechodź. Szybciutko. So, I'm Joanna Choluj, and I'm writing books, and I'm a coach, I'm a wiedma, and I'm helping people. You can find everything on my website, Joanna Choluj, it's with .pl, and there's an English version, so welcome to my website, go there and check it. Alright, so what's the shamanism? Basically, when I talk about those things, I tend to simplify a little because it's easier to understand and because those terms are difficult, kinda. Shamanism basically is the first step, the first epoch, you could say, of philosophy of the earth. Shamanism means that you are very close to nature, to the philosophy of nature, and you understand very well the nature, how the earth works, and you've got that person who helps you out to understand the world and connects you and gives you access to the invisible. That's the shaman, right? The shaman goes into the trance, and he can tell you what will be the medicine, for example, the jungle medicine for your problems, and he can help you to as well to touch the invisible. But in the shamanism you need that person, you don't really directly access the invisible. However, I believe that in shamanism, this first kind of religion on the earth, people feel very well the energy of the earth and understand the nature and are very close to the nature. The shamanism is the philosophy or the religion of native people from the North America, native people like before Incas of South America, native people from Siberia, and I think people from Africa or Asia, Oceania, for example, are as well shamanists. They believe in shamanism. They do it. All right, so that's the first kind of step, but this is as if a kind of basic philosophy of nature. Now, then, next step, I would say, or next kind of religion that appeared on the earth was that it was like a shamanism, but more developed, and you had more understanding how the universe, not only the earth, but how the whole universe works. And that's what you find in Vedas, for example. In Vedas, what you've got is the whole description, how the universe works, and you can have it in images, archetypes, like there are some mythologic stories, but you also have kind of scientific descriptions how the world works. So that's the philosophy of nature, and I'm saying philosophy because to me it's not a religion, and shamanism as well is not a religion, because it's not really a system which is so fixed, and so it's not a doctrine, right? So the philosophy of nature, for example, is what you find in Vedas, so Vedism, or what comes out of it, like Hinduism or Buddhism. So what you've got in China, India, is the philosophy of nature. That's not really the religion, right? That's not really the doctrine that you have to believe, and you don't really have an Jesus Christ, right? You more or less you will have wise people who will give you advice, but that's not really the God that comes. I mean, you can see it that way, Buddhism or Hinduism, but the basic philosophy of nature that is put in Vedas, it's not a religion, it's a philosophy. It's not really the doctrine and the system which is fixed. All right, so in this philosophy of nature, and which in fact people call, if he comes over here, I think I need to go inside, yeah, for a moment, because they will talk. All right, let's be here. Okay, in this basic philosophy of nature, usually you can say that it's more or less the same as paganism or Wiccanism, because that's what you had before religions. So that's what you had, for example, before Christianism and all the other religions that came from it, like Protestantism, right, or Islam is another religion that is connected to Christianism or Mosaism, right, to religion of Jews. And but the philosophy of nature is basically the philosophy that tells you that the world is a mix of this powers, right? Yin yang. So one power is this energy that goes out and it will be yang, and the other power is the energy that goes down and it will be yin. And the universe is basically the looking for the balance, right, of energies. And you can say that they fight at some moments, but you cannot say all the time that it's black and white, good or bad, because the universe doesn't work that way. This is the simplification, right? Because in philosophy of nature, you've got working together, cooperation, and a kind of fight, right? All right, so that's the philosophy, and it's not a doctrine, so you cannot say like this is white, this is black. But at one moment came Zarathustra, for example, and others who said, yeah, that white is good and black is bad, and he kind of disconnected yin and yang and created the basis for Christianism. Now, Christianism, I would like to go out. I will see if I can. Oh no, I cannot. I cannot because they are out there. All right, let's be here. Okay. It's kind of dark, so I cannot really go out from here. All right. In Christianism, basically the name is from the Jesus Christ, right? Or the baptism, chrzest. That at least, yeah, Christian means baptism, basically. But it's connected to the Jesus Christ, and it's connected to the person of Jesus Christ, who is the God who descends, who comes down to the people, and he helps them out. And without that God who becomes human, you cannot really live, right? You cannot really help yourself, and you cannot really directly talk to God and connect to God. In Christianism, you have to connect to God, you have to go to God through Jesus Christ. And all the Christianism becomes the doctrine, the religion. It's not really the philosophy, it's more or less the system which is fixed. Now, the problem is that, I mean, it's not my problem. I'm not Christian and I'm not Catholic. But the problem here is like how you see it. You should see it like in chronology, that shamanism is basic. You can put it here, like, but I think it turns. So let's put it down. Shamanism is the first philosophy of earth. Then you had the philosophy of nature, like from Vedas, or all that was Atlantis, for example, or Hyperborea, or the philosophy of Incas. That's more or less, or Egypt, or Sumer as well. You could say those systems are all a part of this philosophy of nature, to be honest. And the philosophy of Aria, Slavic, right? The Slavic, Aria, Scythians, all this is philosophy of nature. And so that was next. And after that came religions, right? And with that, those religions, in fact, destroyed the philosophy of nature, you could say. And yeah, came religions and systems. And since that time, it was connected to politics, to social structures and all that. But I mean, I think you know the history. No, the thing is, some people say that paganism is more or less the same as Wiccanism and more or less the same as any pre-Christian religion. And we could say that, but the problem is with that word, that basically it means that paganism, or pagan, it's something which is against Christianism, and it was created to contradict Christianism. But that's not true, because paganism, more or less, is all that was before Christianism, so it doesn't contradict because it was before, while Christianism didn't really exist. But when Catholicism became the religion and became its fight so that everybody was Christian, they said everybody who's not Christian is pagan. And basically it meant that is the bad one, that one who is not Christian, that one who has to die, that one who, if doesn't accept the baptism, will die, right, will kill you. And so that was pagan. And for Jews, pagan basically means the goy, so that one who is not Jew. He's not Jew, and he cannot be, because I mean it's difficult to be to enter the Jewish religion, in fact. But as well, it's somebody who is the enemy of Jews, so needs to die. So in that word, when you, for example, use my etymology that I use, and you use consonants, you've got P. P means that something is connected very much to something. And then you've got G, and you've got N. Now, G and N means, for example, in Polish, means gnij, and that means that you need to be, means destruction, means death, means that somebody is wants to kill you. And that word, pagan, right, poganin in Polish, is basically connected to all that connotation of meanings, right, that it's somebody who needs to die, it's somebody who is not true, it's somebody who doesn't have the right to live, it's somebody who is not honest, it's somebody who is outside the system, who is not with us, we don't like him, and all that. So basically, if you choose the name, for example, I don't know, you want to be Wicca, be Wicca. It's better than be pagan. But I mean, some people say that, okay, I'm pagan because in, okay, I don't know, Latin, for example, it was connected to being connected to earth. Being a farmer, for example, paganos, all right? Being a farmer, living on a farm, living in a countryside, and that's true as well. But again, it's connected, it was the opposition. Paganos, it was somebody who was connected to the earth, who was cultivating his earth and being a farmer, so he was calm, sometimes not educated, and all the opposition of that were being civil, and other people were soldiers, powerful, right? So that's the opposition. Here is the paganus, so somebody like a farmer, peaceful, but also not fighting, not having the possibility to fight. And the other side is somebody who is powerful, who's a soldier, who can fight and can destroy or take away everything from the farmer. So again, yeah, I mean, the meaning is strange. It's not so, I mean, this name is more or less connected to the doctrine of Christianism, right? And yeah, it's better to say Rodnowielje or Rodzimowielstwo or yeah, I'm Wiccan, right? If you want to belong to this philosophy of nature, or create your society, I don't know, right? But well, you do what you want. All right, that's it. Bye bye. And I should maybe paint my door. Bye bye.